Hello, everyone, and welcome to a new episode of Facts Historia. I did talk about bringing back this game. I did say that we would do like a US and fantasy, but instead, I decided we would do like a Wolfenstein Germany and the Resistance Follow Man scenario, because why not, you know? So I did go ahead, and I already made like the opening intro. Like, I mean, you can see right here we're on turn 0 still. So I haven't done anything besides actually just make the country. So here we are. So what I did, I didn't give them their African territories. And like obviously the French are still here, and so's the UK, and it is 1948. So basically, the Chimera invasion is here. I didn't know China was fully consolidated. I did not know that. But basically, Germany has only like consolidated what they can realistically, or what they think they should, I guess, because like I mean I'm sure they would know about this whole thing right there. I guess they're probably not allies with these guys still, but anyways, let's go ahead and let's just get a basic view of the world. Okay, Mein Führer, today is the 1st of December, 1948, and the Greater German Reich stands at the absolute zenith of European power. A technological machine state has successfully integrated the continent from the North Sea to the Vistula, while the rest of the world clings to antiquated nations of liberal democracy or decaying monarchism. We have achieved a synthesis of man, industry, and silicon, the geopolitical landscape. The European core. Our borders now encompass Netherlands, Belgium, Switzerland, Austria, and Scandinavia. The European Trade Organization, ETO, functions as the administrative arms of our hegemony. Our industry is fully automated in cybernetic integration. Okay, we kind of know that already. To our east, the Russian Empire remains a black hole. Since 1921, nothing has crossed that fortified border. Our intelligence suggests the Tsar's xenophobic isolation hides a deeper rot, but for now, the border is quiet. Our outposts in the Baltics and Poland report no movement. The American Hermit. Under President Noah Grace, the United States has retreated into radical isolationism. While they possess they have nukes? I didn't know that. As seen in Alaska 1944, they seem content to let the world burn so long as their shores remain untouched. Strategic concerns and the Chimera factor. This is so cool. While the public remains unaware, our internal sensors and Dr. Malakov's previous data suggest an anomaly report of cloven activity in Siberian waste. In the complete silence of the Russian interior are not merely political, they are biological. Okay, so that's interesting. What is this? This is our core, so I guess this is like our core right here in the Russian Empire. Yeah, okay. Well, this is kind of like a weird. What? I mean, at least that's accurate, I'd say. That's kind of like a weird map, though. Immediate recommendation: orbital militarization. Yes, that makes sense. Resource consolidation. Okie dokie. And the Eastern Watch. Okay, time is a luxury we may not possess for much longer. The year is 1949 looms. Okay. Well, let's go ahead and just take all their immediate recommendations and, oh, I don't know if you guys are going to hear that or not, but if you do, I will just cut that out. You gotta love living in Portland, you know? But anyways, okay, let's go ahead and just copy and paste all of its recommendations right there. So what did it actually say? Orbital militarization. We must accelerate our early orbital platforms if the threat from the east is unconventional, as the 1908 Tunguska data suggests traditional land fortification in Poland may not suffice. Resource consolidation: secure the flow of resources from our Nordic and Central European satellites. Our cybernetic guilds require raw earth minerals to maintain the AI system bureaucracy. The Eastern Watch, we should deploy specialized reconnaissance units to okay, actually that's pretty good, to be honest with you. Alright, what else do we want to do here? Let's reach out to Italy and see, do we have an alliance with Italy? We should actually probably check that out before we just start. Okay, Mein Führer, to speak of an axis in current years, to speak of a Lake Sea that has been entirely consumed by the Greater Reich, the traditional... Oh, okay, great. Regions like Italy and republics are no longer mere treaty bound. They are secondary nodes in our colonial network, where they retain local administrators. Their military command and industrial output are increasingly synchronized with our central... Oh, okay, cool. The Japanese distance. Oh, yeah, I don't know. Japan's doing too good, dog. Our relations, Japan, they dominate the Pacific, as we dominate... Do they dominate the Pacific? I guess so. They don't dominate China. Or do they? I don't know. However, their reliance on traditional labor doctrine contrasts with our pursuit of orbital supremacy. We share a common interest in containing the American isolation. Okay. Current military land. The Reich. There we go. Alright, let's go ahead and pass a turn and see what happens. So I know in the game, like, you get this kind of map, right? And it's just like the Russians get just swallowed, and then Germany does, and France does, and everything does. Bifrost, the High Orbit Initiative. The Greater German Reich has officially sanctioned the acceleration of its orbital platform program, designated Operation Bifrost. Recognizing that the strategic Red Curtain may be insufficient against the looming Tunguska's threat, the Reich's cybernetic guilds have pivoted industrial capacity towards vacuum-sealed automation and heavy-lift rocketry. This initiative aims to establish a permanent eye in the sky, ensuring that any anomaly crossing the Russian border is neutralized from the mesosphere before it reaches Oh, fuck, that's cool as hell. The Nordic mineral... Oh, wow. Okay, so we just annexed them. Envoys from the Greater German Reich have secured exclusive extraction rights across Scandinavia and Central Europe, reinforcing the firm but diplomatic pressure on neighboring states. The AI-assisted bureaucracy in Berlin calculated a critical shortage of rare earth minerals necessary for cybernetic maintenance. Consequently, heavy mining convoys now transit freely from Trandaleg or Norrland, fueling the Reich's industrial heartland while tightening the economic tether of these satellite nations to Central German machine state. Silent Shadows at the Red Curtain. Oh, what's this? Panzer Recon Division Argus. Elite specialized reconnaissance units of the Reich, equipped with early thermal dampening armor, oh, that's cool as hell, have successfully inserted into the Belarusian and Ukrainian frontiers. Initial reports are chilling. Entire villages are devoid of human life, replaced by crystalline structure and rhythmic subterranean vibrations. These units have orders to observe but not engage, acting as the Eastern Watch to provide the high command and data needed to finalize the militarization of the front. Okay. Nice. Okay. We might want to send, like, scouts or something over there. Amidst growing reports of Russian silence, the visible buildup of the German orbital assets in the Greater German Reich has issued a formal declaration of the European Trade Organization, citing the absolute necessity of a unified European defense. Berlin has demanded a consolidation of military command under the Reich's technocratic oversight. While some fear loss of sovereignty, the sheer technological superiority displayed by the Reich's cybernetic guilds makes the offer difficult to refuse. The age of fractured nations has ended. The age of the shield has begun. We do not ask for your submission, but for your survival. Technocrat von Hindenburg. Okay, so it looks like in this kind of timeline, actually, Germany's not the big baddie. I don't know how we... Okay, well, I guess because Norway had that, I suppose. Or Denmark did, or maybe, whatever. But yeah, we're not the big baddies anymore. So we're actually, like, kind of the good guys here. Alright, so what I want to do is... Maybe we can do some diplomacy here. Let's open this up. Let's go with France. And we're just gonna tell them, like, hey, yo, bro, we're chill, right? We know the French Republic maintains commitment to European stability. Though your recent technocratic consolidation and Scandinavian demands to the ETO have not gone unnoticed in Paris. While we seek peaceful relations and recognize your utility of your Eastern Watch against the growing silence from Russia, we must ensure that a unified European defense does not merely serve as a mask for German hegemony. Okay, yeah, that's kind of what I thought. Let's see. Maybe these guys will be more like... I mean, I don't know. That wasn't, like, necessarily bad, but yeah, they didn't really confirm that we're peaceful. The economy working job for the corporation. Though we observe your rapid industrialization in an orbital project with a watchful eye, given the current instability across the Red Curtain, they always like that. We're prepared to maintain and collaborate stance to ensure the safety of the English Channel and broader ETO, provided our sovereign... Okay, awesome. Looks like they're online with it. What's Italy doing here exactly? Let's see. The Italian state acknowledges German Reich's technological advancement, but we are not prepared to sacrifice our sovereignty for our formal union under Berlin's direct oversight. While we recognize the potential threats emerging from the Russian frontier, Italy remains committed to its own method. Okay, well, they're not going to go for that. We'll see how that does. We'll see, indeed. Alright, let's go ahead and see what the next major event's going to be here. We're looking at... Okay, so we're 14 minutes in, not too bad. Panzerhund prototype development. The Greater German Reich has successfully unveiled the first generation of Panzerhunds, I don't know, quadrupedal mechanical combat units designed for high-intensity urban and forest clearing. Integrating the latest in cybernetic guild tech, these machines operate via semi-autonomous neural links, allowing them to traverse terrain impassable for traditional tracked vehicles. Factories in a rural land have been retooled for mass production to ensure the Reich's infantry supported by these tireless armored predators along the eastern frontier. Hell yeah. Drone reconnaissance of the Dead Zone. Deployment of scout drones into the Russian Dead Zone has yielded the first high-resolution imagery of the Chimeran infestation. Ew. The feeds transmitted to the Berlin High Command depict a landscape terraformed into crystalline hives with the atmosphere saturated by an unknown yellow haze. These drones utilize advanced propulsion, managed to map several kilometers of the frontier before neutralized by unidentified energy signatures. Oh, that's not good. The data confirms that the Russian Empire as a sovereign state has effectively ceased to exist beyond the Red Curtain. Yeesh. Industrial overdrive, the jet bomber fleet. Following the player's decree, the Reich's aviation sector has achieved a breakthrough in jet-powered fighter bombers. The new HO-2229 variants are rolling off production lines in record numbers, featuring radar-absorbent coatings deployed in the cybernetic guilds. I don't know what these really are, to be honest. I guess that's the thing that they have. The massive increase in aerial striking power is focused on the Brest-Litovsk and Prussia sectors, providing the Reich with the hammer and to complement the shield to their orbital platforms and show total air superiority against any biological or mechanical incursions. Yeah, Germany's kind of like uniquely prepared for... I don't know how this war is going to go, but eventually the Russian Empire is going to get conquered, I'm thinking. Super weapons, Genesis, okay, the Austrian Alps, the colossal weapons, Sonorad, what is that? Capable of intercontinental devastation, holy fuck. These weapons, ranging from massive railgun batteries to experimental particle beam arrays, are the culmination of decades of suppressed Tesla research and alien artifact study, whatever it's called. The massive energy requirements for these projects have necessitated a total industrial mobilization of Central Europe, placing a significant strain on the civilian power grid to fuel the Reich's ultimate deterrent. Okay. Oh, fuck. The Chimera have accelerated their expansion into Central Asia, consuming the remnants of the Russian Empire's eastern garrisons. That's terrifying. Reports from the fleeing refugees, quickly intercepted by the Reich border guard, speak of massive towers erupting from the earth overnight. The parasitic infection is no longer just biological but environmental, as the very soul and the... Oh, okay. Right, so they do, like, terraforming stuff, but that's okay, because we can do terraforming stuff, too. Wow. The fall of Moscow and the Red Curtain breach. In a catastrophic surge, the Chimera have breached the defensive lines surrounding Moscow. The Tsar's last radio broadcasts are cut short by the sound of metallic screeching. The Red Curtain, once a symbol of Russian isolation, has been physically dismantled by Chimeran Goliaths. Wow. At multiple points. If you guys don't know what that is, I'll try and like throw up a picture of it somewhere, just to help you out. At multiple points, the Greater German Reich forward observers in Minsk report a massive movement of alien signatures heading west. The buffer zone is gone. The front line is now the Reich's own border. The lights are going out in the east, and we shall not see the light again in our lifetime. Unnamed Reich border guard. Okay. So I don't know if it's going to give the Chimera, because from that it said like basically all of this is theirs now, but it doesn't look like that. So we're going to go next event, and if it doesn't give them all of that, then I'll just give them all of that, because I can do that. And it's for roleplay reasons. Yeah, okay, so it didn't. But they're going to... Okay, so now they're invading us. Okay. So that's not good. Exactly 1 year since the initial mobilization, the Chimera invasion has launched a full-scale offensive into Eastern Europe. The Greater German Reich is now the primary target of the extraterrestrial onslaught. The Chimera Spire missiles have begun to impact across Poland and the Baltics, releasing the crawler virus into urban centers. The Reich's automatic defenders and Panzerhund battalions are engaging the first wave of hybrids in the ruins of Brest-Litovsk. The world watches as the technocratic titan of the West meets the biological terror of the East. Alright. So, I'll be right back. I am generally curious of, like, all of this. So, let's see. It's gonna tell us here. Ooh, oh, so like a 40 to 70% failure rate. That does not seem good. Let's see. Mein Führer, the date is December 1st, 1949, and the nightmare we anticipated has arrived. Okay, we didn't really prepare too much, I'll be honest with you. The Red Curtain has not just fallen, it has been vaporized. Yeah, indeed. The Chimera has breached our eastern frontier, and for the first time in decades, the Reich's soil is a battlefield. You have ordered the national colors changed to red, a fitting symbol for the blood-soaked horizon we now face. Yeah, I did do that. The fall of the Minsk sector was rapid. Our Panzer Recon Division Argus is currently in a fighting retreat toward Warsaw. Traditional fortifications are being bypassed by Chimeran Spire missiles that bypass the front entirely. Okay, we should develop something to counter that then. Bypass the front entirely to infect the rear. However, your investment in the Panzerhund Battalion Cerberus and Bialystok maybe is paying dividends. These mechanical hunters are the only units capable of tracking the leapers. The heck are leapers? I don't even know actually. Through dense ruins where human infantry would be slaughtered. Oh, okay, that's perfect. Okay, we should probably develop more of the Rush or the German soldiers because I know they have that. We need to get death set out here. Combat effectiveness, infantry and small arms. Our standard ballistic weaponry is ineffective against Chimera hybrids. Oh wow, Chimera hybrids are hybrid general capabilities. We're seeing a 40 to 6% failure rate in neutralizing targets with standard 7.92 mm rounds. Wow. So I'm gonna try to like pull up pictures and stuff to show like what exactly they would be using, and like this is kind of crazy. The Cloven have also been spotted scavenging our fallen, complicated the engagement. Wow, what the hell are Cloven? I don't even know. The Panzer forces. Our heavy tanks are powerful but vulnerable to Chimeran stalkers, four-legged walkers that utilize heat-seeking organic ordnance. We must rely on our Panzerhunds for flanking and distractions. Air superiority, this is our greatest triumph. The Jetwing Schwalbe is currently holds the skies over East Prussia. Chimeran aerial craft are fast but lack radar observant capabilities of our HO229 variant. The Sonar Head project. Our super weapons are still in the calibration phase. If we can bring the particle beam arrays online, we may be able to vaporize the Chimeran spires before they root. That's pretty good. Okay. Interesting. So we have aerial dominance, but I mean they have that. That's good. They're okay. Oh wow. I mean it looks like actually our density and firepower is better. Immediate strategic guidance, scorched earth defense. As we retreat toward, I don't want to retreat. We must utilize our jet bombers to level any infrastructure in abandoned sectors. We cannot allow the Chimera to convert our industrial hubs to processor centers. Okay, we're gonna do all of this. Panzerhund saturation, double protection of Berlin. We need these mechanical units to lead every urban engagement to preserve our limited human manpower. Orbital calibration, shift the Bifrost sensors to high intensity thermal scanning. We must detect it. Oh yeah, they can dig, can't they? Okay, let's do that. We don't want them to flank us, so that's actually great that it said that. But we're also going to do some of our own things as well. The Vistula Firewall. Ooh. Okay, there we go. Now you can kind of... Oh, wow, that's not good. The Greater German Reich has initiated a brutal scorched earth policy. As the Chimera surge into Poland, German jet bombers have begun incinerating critical infrastructure from rail hubs to industrial complexes to prevent their conversion into alien processor. The sky is blackened by soot and thousand-year-old cities, creating a tactical wasteland between the Oder and Vistula. If we cannot hold the sword of our fathers, we shall ensure the enemy inherits only ash and iron. So it's really not good. You know, we're having to burn our own land here, but we are developing countermeasures. The Iron Forge of the Ruhr. The industrial guilds in the Ruhrland have reached peak capacity, operating on 24-hour cycles under AI-driven logistics. Production of Panzerhounds units have doubled, with thousands of mechanical predators being shipped to the front. These units are being deployed as the vanguard in urban meat grinders, preserving human manpower by substituting blood for hydraulic fluid. The Greater German Reich is now a fully mobilized machine state, where every bolt serves the defense of the fatherland. Interesting. To discourage soft underbelly of Europe, the Greater German Reich has completed the construction of the southern defensive wall. Massive railgun emplacements and automatic bunker complexes now line the... now line the border with Bosnia, Serbia, and Romania. This fortification line is designed for mass destruction, intended to vaporize any biological biomass attempting to bypass the main eastern front. The Balkans sage watch in fearful silence as the Reich's engineers turn their borders into a lethal technocratic fortress. Yeah, well, you guys, I don't know, you guys aren't really doing much. Project Deathshead Unleashed. The enigmatic Dr. Deathshead has been granted absolute autonomy, leading to a terrifying leap in military science. Reports from the front describe super soldiers encased in heavy hydraulic armor and massive super walkers that dwarf Chimeran Goliaths. These wonder weapons, Wunderbar, represent the Reich's technological peak, blending Tesla energy with cybernetic enhancements. Simultaneously, rumors of moon-based blueprints circulate among the high command, suggesting the Reich is preparing for a long-term exodus beyond the dying Earth. Okay, the Bifrost Silent Eye. The Bifrost orbital platform has successfully calibrated its high-intensity thermal scanners. By monitoring subterranean vibrations and heat signatures, the Reich can now predict Chimeran spy eruptions with 85% accuracy. Well, that's really good. This early warning system has allowed the Luftwaffe to preemptively bomb spore sites before they mature, temporarily slowing the alien terraforming process. I forgot we need to do that too. However, the energy cost of keeping these sensors active is causing rolling blackouts across Central Europe. We need to develop like nuclear power or something. The siege of the Carpathians. That's not good. As the Chimeran consumes the Balkans, they have slammed into the Reich's new southern wall. How? What? They consume the Balkans. So I guess really all of this should be theirs now then, huh? Because if they're slamming into our southern wall, that means all of these guys are gone. The sheer volume of the aliens' biomass is testing the mass destruction capabilities of German railguns. Meanwhile, in the north, the Chimera has successfully adapted to the cold, pushing through Baltic states towards East Prussia. The Greater German Reich stands at a critical junction. Commit the super weapons reserve now, or save them for an inevitable defense of the German heartland. Berlin, the Red Curtain has been pulverized. Observers report the southern wall is under immense pressure. It is time to discuss the Bifrost Protocol. Will you share your orbital targeting data with our fleets, or shall we all burn separately? Alright, well, it's 1950. This is the state of the world. As you can see, wow, they're not even touching the like Asian continent, but whatever. We're gonna call it there. I think that, well, let's go ahead and give them all this. If they're touching our border, then we can assume that they've probably like expanded like a lot, you know. They've probably like eaten a lot of so this is what the map looks like now. I feel like this is more appropriate. So this is kind of more of like a challenge. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. Do you think that the Wolfenstein Germany would be able to win if they had this? I don't know. Honestly, I don't. But we're gonna try to anyways. So I'll catch you guys in the next episode. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. It's a little janky, I won't lie. But, you know, it's pretty fun nonetheless. And yeah, have a nice one. Peace. Like and subscribe.